Abu Smart Channel. Baga gara YouTube channel Abu Smart tinagan uftan sinin jecha barnoota keenyarraa herreega kutaa lammaffaa unit 1 ani galla. Let us start. Unit 1 says us sequence and series. In this unit, we consider the basic concept of sequence and series with definition, example, and we see type of sequence and series. Also, we see the application of sequence and series. That means we see the necessity of sequence and series in real world. Let us see introduction. Sequence means it is a pattern of object or events that usually expressed in terms of number, one next to another. Let us take as notes sequence following another. Kana jechuun maal jechuudha? Sequence jechuun patternii objectii yookiin immoo eventii tokkooti. Kana immoo yeroo baay'ee kan inni ibsamu lakkoofsanii. Let us see example.
When we consider this sequence, A by leaving B, we get the second sequence C. By leaving D, we get E. By leaving F, we get G. Then we can find the next patterns according to the previous sequence. By leaving H, we have I. By leaving J, we have K. By leaving L, we can say M. Also, when we consider the second example, when we see these terms of sequence, let us see the first terms, January. We leave February, then we have March. By leaving April, we have May. By leaving June, we can say July. By leaving August, we get September, and by leaving October, we can say November. In example 3, when we consider this sequence, it is a number sequence. When we consider the first four patterns or terms of sequence, 1, 3, 5, 7, the difference between each term is 2. That means the difference between first term and the second term is 2. The difference between second term and the third term is 2. And also the difference between third term and the fourth term is 2. Then we can fulfill the blank space according to the previous rule. We get 9 by adding 2 on the previous terms. Also, we get 11 by adding 2 on the previous terms. Also, we can get 30 by adding 2 on the previous terms. In this sequence, they have common difference too, but sometimes in sequence, the given sequence don't have common difference. Let us consider the example for 1, 3, 6, 10. This is a given terms of sequence. When we consider the difference between first term and the second term, that they have two difference. The difference between second term and the third term is 3. The difference between third term and the fourth term is 4. Then we can find the next terms by considering the previous rule. When we find the difference between third term and the fourth term is 4, Therefore, the difference between fourth term and fifth term is also 5. The difference between fifth term and sixth term must be 6. Therefore, when we add 6 on 50, we get 21. Then, when we find the next pattern, the next pattern is a seventh terms. Therefore, when we find the next term, we have to add 7 on previous terms. Then we can get 28 by adding 7 on 21. Generally in this sequence, or that means in example 4, they have no common difference.
Let us see the opening problem from the textbook.
A farmer has planted certain trees on a piece of land. The land is in the form of an isosceles triangular region with base 100 meter and height 15 meter. The trees are grown up in different rows as shown in the following figure. In each row, the distance between any two adjacent tree is 5 meter. That means the distance between first tree and the second tree is 5 meter, and the distance between second tree and the third tree is 5 meter. And the distance between any two consecutive rows is 5 meter. That means the distance between first row and the second row is 5 meter. Also, the distance between first row and the third row is 5 meter, and so on. Then, let us see the following question. How many rows of trees are there on the piece of land?
Okay, before we try to find the solution of the question, we have to understand the question very well. Kana jechuun maal jechuudha? Yeroo kamuu gaafii tokkoof solution isaa barbaadu dura maal gochuu qabna? Gaaficha sirriitti hubachuu qabna jechuudha. Let us take length of first row. Length of first row take as A1 is equal to 100. When we go from bottom to tip of the triangle, then length of second row take as A2, which is equal to 19. Because when we consider the second row is minimized with 2, 3 from first row, or from the number of 3 given in base of this triangle. Kana jechuun maal jechuudha? Roon inni jalqabaa yoo jalaa gara gubbaatti deemnu, roon inni jalqabaa dheerinni isaa 100 kan nuun kennamedha jechuudha, kennamaadha. Roon inni lammaffaa immoo biqiltuu lamaan kan roo jalqabaatii gadi. Kana jechuun asiin biqiltuu tokko yoo hir'atu, asiinis biqiltuun tokko yoo hir'atu meeqa ta'a jechuudha? Garaagarummaan biqiltuuwwan kana lamaan gidduu jiru meetira 5. Akkasumas garaagarummaan immoo yookiin fageenyi roo jalqabaa fi roo lammaffaa gidduu jirus 5 waan ta'eef garaagarummaan biqiltuu tokko biqiltuu gidduu jiru fageenyi isaanii meetira 5. Kanaaf asirraas meetira 5, asirraas meetira 5 yoo hir'ataa deemu meetira meeqa ta'a? 90 ta'a jechuudha dheerinni isaa. Akkasumas sardiroon A3 jennee ofirratti 80 jiru. Haala kanaan AM or N0, length of N0 is equal to formula baasuu ni dandeenya jechuudha. Kanaaf pattern kana formula yoo baasu, when we find the general formula for this pattern, this pattern is decreasing by 10. Therefore, we can say negative 10n. Negative 10n. Jennee yoo fudhannu bakki inni kana yoo lakkoofsa tokko buusu. That means when we substitute at the place of n1 to get the first term, we get negative 10. Then we have to add 100 to 110 to get the first terms. That means we have to add 110 to get the first term. When we substitute at the place of N1, it becomes negative 10. We have to add 110 to get 100. Kana jechuun bakka inni keenya tokko yoo buusu negative kudhan tarbii isa jalqabaa argachuudhaaf immoo negative kudhan irratti meeqa yoo jedhan dhibbaa argannaa kan jedhu kana ilaalaa jechuudha. Then general formula kana ta'aa jechuudha. Therefore, n is equal to negative 10n plus 100, which is equal to 0 jechuudha. Maaliif 0 jenna? Umarratti asii yoo deemnu asii jalaa gara gubbaatti yoo deemnu isheen biqiltuu takka jechuun poointii waan taateef distaansii qabu, poointiin immoo leengisii qabu. Kanaaf 0 dha jennaa jechuudha. Then we can find the value of n implies that negative 10n plus 110 is equal to 0. Then 110 is equal to 10n. 10n kana gara kanatti yoo mallattoo xiqqaa ceesisnu positive ta'a. Z divided by 10 implies that n is equal to 11. Kana jechuun maal jechuudha? Tartiiba lafti boca oksadee isosceles triangle fakkaatu qabu kuni tartiiba meeqa qaba jechuudha? Osoo lakkaa'e tartiiba 11 akka qabu argachuu ni dandeenya jechuudha. Let us question the second question B. B says that how long in each row? How long is each row? How long is each row? Gaaffiin kun gaaffii isa jalqabaa keessatti deebi'aa because eegni tokko row kana A keessatti hojjetame. Kana jechuun dheerina row isa jalqabaati. Inni kun immoo dheerina row isa lammaffaati. Kan isa kana dheerina row isa sadaffaati jechuudha. Yoo akkamitti deemu jalaa gara gubbaatti yoo deemu jechuudha. Achi gadis deemuu ni dandeenya. Achi gadis yoo deemne solution isaa argachuu ni dandeenya. Akkamitti yoo jettan when we come from tip of triangle to base of triangle, let us take A1 as first row. A1 means length of first row. Kana first row jennee yoo fudhanne achi gadi yoo deemnu biqiltuu ishee jalqabaa kan row ishee kan row 1 jennee fudhanna. Row kun immoo bal'inni ishee yookiin immoo dagalee dheerinni ishee meeqa? 0. Maaliif takka qofa biqiltuu takka qofa waan taate tuqaadhaa jechuudha. Tuqaadha jechuun immoo leengisii qabu. Kan leengisii isaa yookiin 0 dha jechuudha. Then A2 second row garaagarummaa biqiltuu lamaan gidduu jiru yookiin immoo bal'inni biqiltuu lama gidduu jiru 5 waan ta'eef 5 10 ta'a jechuudha. Then becomes 2. The third row becomes the difference between each tree 5, 10, 50, 20. Then it becomes 20. Then we can find the general formula for this method. It becomes n is equal to it's increased with 10, therefore we can say 10n. When we substitute at the place of n1, it becomes 10 times 1 becomes 10. Then we have to subtract 10 to get the first term, 0. Therefore, this is general formula. Then at the edge or at the base of triangle, we get 100. Therefore, from this general formula, we can find value of n. 10n is equal to 100 plus 10 implies that 10n divided both sides by 10, 100. This becomes 110 divided by 10 implies that n is equal to 11. Jechuun baay'inni tartiiba lafa oksadee fakkaatu kana irra jiru 11 jechuudha. Then B as keessatti deebi'eedha. Tokkoon dheerinni tartiibota kanaa meeqaa jedha. Tokkoon dheerinni tartiibota kanaa meeqaa waan jedhuuf as keessatti deebi'ee argateera jechuudha. Then let us see maal jedha? How many trees are there in each row? How many trees are there in each row? To find the number of trees in each row, let us see for first row. First row, when we take the base of triangle as first row, when we take this as x-axis and this y-axis, the first tree in first row is planted at 0, 0. At 0, 0, that means at origin. Then second tree at 5, 10, 50, 20, 25, and so on. At the end or at the end of the base, the length of the base is 100. Then the last tree is landed at 100. 100. Therefore, in first row, when we take the base of triangle as first row, in first row, let us take A1 as position of first tree in first row. Position of first tree in first row is 0. The position of second tree in first row is 5. The third tree in first row is the position of third tree in first row is 10. Then we can find the general formula for this pattern. That means we can find the position of n tree in first row. Then it becomes this pattern is increased with 5. Then we can say 5n. When we take as a place of n1, it becomes 5. To get the first pattern or the first term, we have to subtract 5 from 5n. Then this becomes the last tree landed or rooted at 100. Kana jechuun maal jechuudha? Biqiltuun isheen dhumaa kan isheen dhaabbattee jirtu meeqarra? Dhibbarra dhaabbattee jirti jechuudha. Biqiltuun isheen dhumaa garuu biqiltuu meeqaaf akka taate hin beeknu. Kanaaf biqiltuu baay'ee biqiltuu as keessa jiranii kun osoo lakkaa'in meeqa akka ta'an argachuu ni dandeenya jechuudha. Biqiltuu kana guutuusaa waan kaasif malee gidduu keessa osoo balleessinee akkaataa kanaan utuu jiraate biqiltuun isheen dhumaa biqiltuun isheen hoo jalqabaa irra jirtu kun dhibbaffaa irra yoo dhaabbatti we can find the value of n. Value of n jechuun n keenya number of three jechuudha. Number of three dha. Then n means number of three in this question implies that, but in first question or in a n means number of 4. In this question, we take n as number of 3. Then 5n minus 5 is equal to 100. Then 5n is equal to 100 plus 5 implies that 5n is equal to 105 divided by 5. Then divided by 5, n is equal to 10 by 5 to 21. That means number of trees in first row. Let us find number of trees in second row. In second row. Let us take the first tree, the position of first tree in second row is equal to 5 because the position of first tree in second row is 5. Therefore, A1 is equal to 5, A2 is equal to 10, A3 is equal to 15. Then we can find general formula for AN. AN keenya general formula pattern kana irratti hundoofi general formula barbaaduu ni dandeenya. Then AN is equal to maal ta'aa jechuudha kuni shan dabalaa waan deemuuf 5n jechuudha. Let us check by substituting natural number start from 1 at the place of n. Okay, n again, that means the position of first 3 in second row is 5. Lamerobus, Saliobus, question of Kana, Bikilton Shen Uma can roll up a case of position Shinekata, secondary, Shantaracho. Mali, to talk a chess, Ratawan movie, to talk Yoga, make a father Najura, when you go for Unimo, secondary, Shantaracho, Bikilton Shen Uma can roll up a secondary. Then we can find the value of n. This means the position of last 3 in second row. Then implies that 5n is equal to 95. Then divide both sides by 5 by 5. N is equal to 9 by 5. 145 by 5, 9. Then the number of this means number of trees in second row. Let us find the number of trees in third row. Let us take A1 as position of first 3. A1 position of first 3 in third row. Position of first 3 in third row means at 10. Then A2 is equal to 50, A3 is equal to 20. Then AN is equal to 5n minus, when we substitute at the place of n1, 1 times 5 is equal to 5. We have to add 5 to get the first terms. 5, which is equal to the position of last 3 in third row. In third row is 9. This becomes 90, which is equal to 19. Implies that 5n plus 5 is equal to 90. Implies that 5n is equal to 90 minus 5, which is equal to 85. 5n is equal to 85 divided by 5 by 5, n is equal to 8 by 5, 1, 35, 17. Then this is number of 3 in third row. Then let us take number of trees in nth row. Let us take R1. R1 means number of 3 in first row, which is equal to 21. Number of 3 in second row, let us take as R2. Number of trees in second row is 90. Then in third row it becomes 70. Then according to this pattern means Rn is equal to, when we consider this pattern, it is minimized with 2, each of them, or the difference between each of them is minus 2. Then negative 2, n. Then when we replace at the place of n1, it becomes negative 2. Then we have to add how many number to get the first term. Kan jechuun jechuudha n's row biqiltuu meeqa akka jiru argachuudhaaf, for example yoo bakka n keenya tokko buusne negatiiva 2 arganna. N keenya tokko buusne jechuun termii isa jalqabaa argachuudhaaf negatiiv 2 irratti meeqa idoo qabna? 23 idoo qabna jechuudha. Therefore to get the first terms we have to add 23 when we substitute at the place of n1. Then this is a general formula for nth row. Number of 3 in nth row. This means number of trees in nth row. That means, for example, when we find the number of 3 in 7th row, let us find, for example, R7 becomes negative 2 times 7 plus 23. This becomes negative 40 plus 23, which is equal to 9. This means number of 3 in 7th row is 9. Kana jechuun maal jechuudha? Otoo hin lakkaa'in biqiltuun tartiiba tokkoffaarra jiru meeqa jechuudha? 9 jechuudha. Akkaataa kanaan tokko tokkoon tartiiba kanaan biqiltuun meeqa akka jiran argachuu ni dandeenya jechuudha. Osoo hin lakkaa'in tokko tokkoon roo kanarra biqiltuun meeqatu jira kan jiru kana argachuu ni dandeenya jechuudha.
D. What is the total number of trees on the piece of land? D. Total number of trees in piece of land, number of trees is equal to summation of number of tree in each row. Number of tree in each row is given here. That means negative 2, let us say I plus 23, when I start from 1 up to n. We get number of row in question A. Therefore, we can say this is equal to total number of trees in this piece of land is equal to negative 2i plus 23 when I start from 1 up to 11. That means when we substitute 1 at the place of I, it becomes negative 2 times 1 is equal to 2 plus 23 is 21 plus when we substitute at the place of I 2, negative 2 times 2, 4 plus 23 is 19 plus when we substitute 3 at the place of I, it becomes negative 6 plus 23 is 17 plus 1 at the end. That means when we go from the bottom of triangle to the tip of triangle, it becomes at the end or at the tip of the triangular region, we get 1 tree. Therefore, we can say plus 1, which is equal to, as I think it becomes 121. You can check it. Then, in this question, generally, this opening problem contains the concept of sequence. Also, they contains concept of series, because sequence means it is a pattern of number or list of number, but series means it is sum of terms in sequence. For example, the concept of D means it is a summation of number in the summation of pattern that we get in C. That means the total number of 3 is the summation of number of 3 in first row, second row, third row, up to 11th row. Then this opening problem contains the concept of series, because for example, when our pattern in C is 21, 90, 17, 15, 13, and so on up to 1. The series, let us take S1 is 20, S1 is 21, S2 S2 means the sum of 21 plus 19. The S3 means the sum of number in first term, second term, in the third term. 21 plus 90 plus 70. Kana ta'a jechuudha. Haala kanaan general concept amma kana yoo opening problem kana keessatti ilaalle tokko tokko isaa immoo mata duree isaatitti yoo dhufnu tokko tokko isaa ilaalla jechuudha. Let us see the concept of sequence.